Hey, this is ET. I'm going to do a video on my 2023 CVO Road Glide. Hey, I've had this bike for 13 days now, right? Hey, 13 days now, but I got 3,700 miles. Hey, I bought the bike. Actually, I live in the Houston area. Bought the bike, ordered it here in Houston. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the bike. The bike still hadn't come in from the order that I did. And so, hey, you know what? I really needed this bike. I wanted to ride this bike to Sturgis. So I found one in Dallas and actually just canceled my order and rode to Dallas and picked up the bike, right? So, so this is gonna be a good review, letting you know, for those of you who are thinking about buying one or who have one, maybe haven't done a lot of riding on it. I'll tell you some things that I like about the bike, some things that I don't like about the bike. Probably my favorite thing about the bike is the torque, the power. Exceptional torque and power, man. That 121 is the truth. I love it, right? Hey, it's a little windy here, so you may hear a little wind noise. Hey, I'm sorry the way that I'm talking. I just had some dental surgery, but I'm trying to get this information to you. But probably the most impressive thing for me about this bike is the torque, the power. I mean, the bike rides so smooth. It has so much pull. I found myself just in sixth gear on the highway, going to Sturgis. I never downshifted. I never needed to, because as soon as you hit that throttle, it's pretty much immediate response. So, hey, great job with that. Before I even had the bike, I ordered the Chop Tour Pack, and I also ordered the 12-inch Windsplitter windscreen. Hey, I'm 6 feet, I'm 6'2". Hey, that 12-inch is kind of tall. And actually, it's like right at my eyes. So, hey, if you're 5'10", 5'11", don't order the 12-inch. Hey, it was good for my ride to Sturgis, but, I'll probably take it off and put the factory one back on here until I, get ready to ride again. So, hey, the 10-inch probably would have been good at me being 6'2". But if you're shorter than that, hey, don't do that. Don't get the 12-inch. Get the 10-inch. Hey, I did talk to Khrome Werks at Sturgis, and they say they're probably 60 to 90 days out. Research, develop a new windshield. So I'll be waiting to kind of see what they do. But I do have the 12-inch. I wanted to kind of leave it on there so you guys can just see, where it stands. Right, but hey, it did very well. It functioned really well. So I'm glad I did have the windshield. So I talked about the power, the torque, and my favorite part of the bike, right? Let me kind of jump to the one thing that I hate about the bike, right? Hey, I guess Harley put a radiator on the bike to keep the bike cool, right? I guess, right? So I'm not sure if this is a touring bike or what performance bagger, what everybody likes to say, right? But hey, Harley, hey man, you dropped the ball on that seat. That seat, yeah, it looks great. And when you're in the dealership in Milwaukee or wherever and you touch the seat, oh yeah, it's nice and soft, right? Hey, but hey, go ahead and do a 500 plus mile trip. Hey, Sturgis from my house was 1,344 miles, and my tailbone was on fire pretty much the entire trip there and back. Number one, there's no backrest. That's actually a two-piece seat, and with no ability to add a backrest. So that right there alone, riding that far with no backrest, was not good. Hey, yeah, I did put my luggage in my passenger seat and kind of lean back on that a little bit, but there's nothing like having a seat with a backrest. And for those of you who are thinking about buying the bike, you already got a seat. None of those seats are going to fit, right? I have a $1,400 custom Corbin seat in my garage, right, brand new, and it will not fit on here. I went to my dealership looking for anything, because once I saw there was no backrest, anything for my trip that had a backrest. Nothing fits. Mustang's not going to fit. LaPera's not going to fit. Saddleman's not going to fit. There's no seat that will fit this bike. So we're just having to wait. I did talk to Saddleman. I talked to Corbin when I was out at Sturgis, and they're working on it, right? But so for those of, if you're like me, where, this isn't something I just ride around the city in. I like to do a lot of, highway miles on my bike and, go cross country. Yeah, hey, if that's you, then you're gonna have to wait, because there's no seat that will go on here. So that was like a big struggle for me, man. My tailbone, I just got back, a day and a half ago, and my tailbone is still on fire. It's still on fire. So, man, that's the one negative thing I can say about this bike, is the seat. Like I said, once it's nice and soft, it looks great, but it's not comfortable on a long ride. Definitely with no backrest. Hey, I'll turn this on and just kind of let you see. Hey, my bike is 13 days old. Hey, 13 days old. Let me, 13 days old. Hey, my trip, I did what, 29:30, going up to Sturgis and back. Hey, 42.3 miles per gallon. Very, very good. Very good. And you notice I got 3,700 miles. So, hey, this isn't some review. It's just some guy, some little, YouTuber or whoever that demoed the bike and telling you how great the bike is. I've actually been riding this bike, right? And ridden it long distance. So I definitely can tell you an honest, real talk perspective, real talk review of this bike, right? And I wish we could have gotten that, when they first released the bike. Hey, but all we heard was, hey, how great the bike was, and you're gonna love this, you're gonna love that. But I wanted to hear the riding perspective of it. That's what I'm more interested in, the riding perspective. Hey, how does it ride? And different things of that sort. Hey, at Sturgis, I added the Khrome Werks, Khrome Werks slip-ons, right? The black chrome slip-ons. Khrome Werks, I believe they're like $900, somewhere in that range, 900. But then, okay, an extra $200 because I wanted the black chrome caps, end caps, because it came with like black or chrome. I didn't want black or chrome. I wanted the black chrome to match it. So, so it's probably like $1,300 out the door at Sturgis with Khrome Werks. Okay. I also at Sturgis I changed the speakers in the saddlebags. Hey, actually, there's some people that I've kind of heard mixed reviews on the audio. Hey, for me, without even the upgrade, I love the speakers. I love the speakers. I can hear mine, hey, going 90, 95 miles per hour. I've always been able to hear my music nice and clear. I think what some people who are saying they can't hear, hey, you need to change your settings. When, just like on your iPhone, hey, you can adjust your sound to like classical music or jazz or, country and Western. Hey, I got mine on hip hop, right? Hey, where I got plenty of bass. Hey, everything is sounding good. So maybe you need to change that. Maybe you have it on like country or something. Hey, just kind of mess around with that. And for me, from day one, when I bought the bike in Dallas and rode back to Houston, and I heard, even before I even had the windshield, hey, I was able to hear my music loud and clear. But the speaker upgrade for the saddlebags, hey, it cost me out the door. Hey, Black Hills, Harley Davidson, everything's, part of the warranty on the bike. The total was $684 out the door. And man, it really, really sounds good. I think in another video, I'll find me some YouTube approved song or whatever and blast it for you. But man, people, when I was pulling up on people, they're like, man, hey, did it come with that? Did it come with that? Hey, it really bangs. It really bangs good. So, hey, $600 upgrade. I'm not doing anything else. That's it. So, sounds great. Okay. Hey, the handlebars are good. I'm always a guy that's always had 18-inch, 20-inch big bars. I'll probably do that at some point. But, hey, the handlebars were fine. I kind of adjusted them. Cool. I kind of pulled them back a little towards me during my trip because I was trying to lean back on my luggage a little bit. Riding, once again, hey, hey, 20 hours one way, without a backrest, can be a little uncomfortable. So that's why I kind of pull mine back a little bit. I'll probably adjust them today. I'll push them up a little bit. I'm back home and gonna be doing some local ride. I'll probably take that windshield off also, put the factory one back on there. Hey, Another thing, one of the things that when I first saw the bike, when they first introduced the bike to us, one thing that caught my eye that I really, really liked was the floorboards. I was like, man, those are some cool floorboards, right? Hey, now that I have the bike, I hate the floorboards, right? I hate the floorboards. The floorboards, let me get a view. The floorboards are way too narrow. I wear a size 13, but yeah, you know what? If you wear a 11 and a half or 12, there's not a lot of room down there on the right side to put your foot. Look at the brake pedal. The brake pedal is huge. The brake pedal is huge. Now, luckily, I did have the hobby pegs, but you know, my foot with my boots on, I can't put my entire foot on the floorboards. Hey, maybe there's some type of extender I can kind of pull them out a little bit. I'm not gonna change it because I want everything matching good on the bike. You know, I've always had Thrashing supply, and you know, if you know about those are some really oversized and really comfortable floorboards. But I'm gonna try to keep all the, you know, for now, I don't think I'm gonna keep the theme going, just leave them on there. But man, I gotta pretty much turn my foot to the side to get my foot on the floorboards. So I wish they had a little, you know, bigger floorboards. But hey, other than that, I mean, the bike rides really, really good. Once again, the power, the torque. You know, the bike is so smooth. And I kind of got mixed feelings regarding that because the bike rides so smooth. So I was really impressed initially with the suspension. However, you know, I've had Legends, I've had Öhlins, however you want to say it, right? And man, on this bike, I almost felt every bump, right? I mean, it's smooth, but when you hit that one, you know, bump every so many miles, I could feel it. And hey, but I'm gonna go ahead and chalk that. I'm not gonna pretty much put that on Harley. Hey, yeah, you can adjust with the knob, you can adjust the suspension, but you also can adjust the preload. They give you a little tool, take the bag off, you can adjust the preload. And so, you know what, hey, maybe I need to do that more until I get to a good spot. But so I'm not gonna really talk bad about that for now, because maybe I need to adjust my preload, right? But I mean, it's just kind of a mixed bag. The bike rides so smooth, but yet, man, you can kind of feel the bumps though. You can feel those big bumps, I should say, because not every bump, but those big bumps that you hear. Hey, before on my Legend, sometimes I never even feel them, right? But I kind of felt them a lot with this suspension. Hey, let's see what else. Hey, the bike. Hey, you know, you'll learn. You know, the infotainment screen is awesome, right? Hey, you know, you'll get used to the audio controls being on the right side. The cruise control is real easy to use. Basically, just push this button right here, turn on the cruise, and just kind of, you know, press that button for the cruise to stick. So I did a lot of cruise control on my trip. Hey, cruise control works perfect. The braking is exceptional. The braking is exceptional. I mean, you barely tap on the brakes and that bike is stopping. So a very good job. Hey, with those Brembo, that's very, very good. Very, very good. Another thing too, man. Hey, the cool flow, man, exceptional. Hey, 19 and a half, 20 hours going to Sturgis, going through Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, temperatures over 100 degrees. This bike never once got hot. Never once. And hey, you get off the bike, you turn the bike off and you hear the fan. You hear the fan actually cooling your bike. And not once, I can say round trip, 2,900 miles, my bike never once got hot. So great job with that. And I think you saw the fuel efficiency. Hey, that bike staying cool. Hey, I filled my bike up. I think the lowest mileage I saw on there when I filled it up was like 242 miles, up to like 270, right? So, man, it took a lot to drain that tank. So, hey, unfortunately, man, with the seat, I was having to stop every hour and a half, you know, because my butt was just killing me from the seat. So, hey, very, very good miles per gallon. So very, very good. Hey, bike stays nice and cool. Fan works good. Hey, everything's good with that. So, hey, I can't complain with that. Hey, one thing I'll tell you about the infotainment, it's kind of like, I remember I had a 2015 Road Glide. What was that, the Rushmore collection maybe? Mount Rushmore or Rushmore, whatever it is. And then I bought, in 2019, I bought an M8. Hey, the M8 infotainment, system, you turn it on and within seconds, hey, you hear your music. Hey, music sounding really good, right? Hey, but with with this bike, it's gonna take a while, man. Just be patient. For me, I was like, man, hey, there's something wrong with my music. When I first bought the bike, when I was leaving the dealership, I was like, hey, the music's coming on. When you turn the bike on, it takes, I think I've heard a couple different things, but for me, I timed it. It's like 28 seconds for that music to get going. So it takes a while, I guess, to get all of those different, electronic functions on the bike. It takes a while for that to get booted up. So be patient with that. I know when I first got it, I was pushing all kind of different buttons, and all I was doing was just making the process longer. Hey, turn your bike on. Hey, go ahead and get situated. It's gonna take about 24 to 30 seconds for your music to start playing. So just be patient with that. All right, but hey, the infotainment screen, and you'll get used to that and where all the different buttons are. Hey, after 3,700 miles, I mean, I think I'm a pro at it now, right? So, you'll get used to it. And overall, man, I love the bike. Once again, the power, suspension, not suspension, but the power, the torque. On all my bikes, I've always done cams and did this and did that. And I don't think I need to do that for this bike. I don't think I need to do that. So my priority for this bike will be a new seat. When anybody offers a comfortable, I've been always a Corbin guy. I've had a few settlements. Hey, whenever they offer a seat with a backrest, I'm gonna buy it that day. And I don't care if it's $200 overnight shipping. I'm gonna have that thing overnighted and take the seat off. Because, not having a backrest, man. In one breath, I guess Harley's saying it's a touring bike, but then they go and say it's a performance bagger. So I guess performance baggers don't need backrest. But like, once again, hey, I like to get on the highway and go cross country. I definitely need a backrest, okay? Hey, the lights, man, I think we left at like 3:30 or 4 o'clock the first morning going to Sturgis. Man, the lights work exceptionally well. Very impressed with the lighting. And I know my buddy, he was leading. He was like, man, when I look back, all I see is a huge light. He said, man, you got the entire road lit up. So very, very impressed, with the lights. All right, so let's see, what else is there? I added the highway bags, pretty much the same day I first got the bike, right? I definitely had to add those. I mean, that tank, I think, is 2 inches longer. And so, I need an extended seat, being 6'2". So I'm right up on the tank, man. I'm right up on the tank. And so, hey, man, I cannot wait till another seat with extended reach with a backrest is going to be available. But I kind of wish, Harley did the rollout of this a little different. You never see any Harley commercials. I guess they were depending on the YouTube people to kind of tell us about the bike, but they really didn't tell us anything. All they said was, oh, yeah, the bike's great. Oh, you're going to love it. Hey, great floorboards. But I wanted to hear a rider perspective. Hey, when riding the bike, here's what you can expect. Also, I didn't like the way that they kind of, without, getting into too many details, hey, the paying customers out there, hey, Harley, you got to keep those paying customers abreast as to their order. I think the bike that I ordered, and it was the first day that you could order bikes. And the dealership that I go to in a major city, Houston, a big dealership, and they haven't even got their first CVO yet, right? And they couldn't tell me anything. So I kind of felt really bad, but I really wanted the bike to ride to Sturgis. So I ended up having to go to Dallas, to get the bike. And I really hated that. Hey, the salesperson's a good friend of mine. But hey, man, I had, sold my other bike, and I didn't want to go to Sturgis and rent a bike, right? So, hey, next time, hey, you do something like this, keep your paying customers abreast as to the progress of their order. Hey, before you just go give 200 demos, hey, give the customers a few bikes also, right? because we're paying for the bikes, okay? Right, and once again, I'm not sure about, you guys, but I didn't get much from all the, when people talking about, oh yeah, you're gonna love the bike. That's all I heard, right? I got to the point where I was tired of even listening to it because they weren't really telling me anything about the bike, but I wanted to know, right? So that's my perspective on that. Hey, I hope you got yours. For those of you who've ordered it, I hope you're enjoying riding it, because I definitely have enjoyed riding this. And another thing too, for me, I know one thing when I first saw it, I was like, man, it's gonna be a matter of time for that thing breaks. And now these, these consoles, man, these are awesome. Hey, you push it, and man, I got a iPhone, 14 Max. I could fit that in there, my wallet, and a bunch of other things, right? But for me, I was like, man, it's gonna be a matter of time before that breaks. And guess what? Hey, going to Sturgis, taking my, rain, you get rain here, it stops raining, taking my shades on and off. Hey, this one already is not working. And actually, I gotta pull it up. But actually, I actually like that better. So I may just keep that way because it stays secure a little better. There were some times when I'd go to a gas stop and I'd close this, I'd come back and it's already popped up again. So, I'm not sure if I like, pushing this down, because that little rubber drummet that's holding that at some points is gonna give. Like this one already gave. And so, but I may just keep that like that. I'm not sure. I'm gonna just play around with it for a little bit. I may replace it or may not. But the console does have, man, they're not straight back, they're deep. So they go down. So your phone and different things, they go down, where you can get a whole bunch of stuff in there. So, hey, good job with that. But I think those little rubber things, I'm not sure of the quality of those to keep that secure over an extended period of time, right? But overall, hey, love the bike. Hey, once again, 13 days. I just got back from Sturgis a day and a half ago. Today is what, Friday? What's today? Oh, today's Wednesday. I'm sorry. Today's Wednesday. I got back, when did I get back? Monday night. And so yesterday I kind of just relaxed all day. That's probably why my days are mixed up. But, so really 12 days, man. Hey, 3,700 miles. And, hey, no regrets. It's probably the best riding bike I've had with Harley. Once again, the pull, immediate throttle response, immediate. So yeah, you hit that throttle and you're out of there. So I think you'll like that. I think you'll definitely like that. Hey, braking is really good. Once again, hey, remember how they told us how it's really easy to get in neutral? Hey, they weren't lying. I've never had a bike where it's so easy to get in neutral, right? And now one thing you will find out for some of you who already have the bike, because I started and stopped a bunch at different gas stops. Hey, if you like starting your bike in gear, this bike, it prefers to be started in neutral. And you'll see what I mean. I think I saw a bulletin somewhere. I'm in a couple of different groups. I saw some bulletin about, hey, if you start your bike in gear, you need to pump the clutch a few times or something like that. And I think I gotta look at that again. But yeah, if you want to start it in gear, hey, it'll drag for whatever reason. And the bulletin said that. It was a bulletin from Harley. Said that the bike will drag if you start it in gear. And so sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. Hey, but I start mine in neutral. You put it in neutral and just push the button and the bike fires right up. So I'll let you kind of experience that for yourself as far as starting the bike in neutral versus starting it like in first gear. You'll definitely see the difference, right? And it does. Sometimes it would drag, sometimes it wouldn't. But the bike would drag sometimes when I started it in first gear. So I pretty much, I started it in neutral pretty much every time. So, oh man, hey, great wind protection right here. Great wind protection. And one thing I was kind of concerned about, I've never had a bike without lowers. So I really like lowers. But actually, you know what? With that wind protection, I was okay. So, hey, I was okay. So I'm not sure what I'll do. I'm not sure what I can do with that radiator down there as far as putting a full-size crash bar on there and putting some lowers. I'm not sure if we can do that. I'm not sure. But, hey, but that was the least of my worries. not having the lowers. And so, I mean, that wind protection really does good. It's very, very functional. So, hey, so kudos to that, okay? But, hey, the bike's still dirty. You know, I wanted to you know, give you a quick review of my initial thoughts after, you know, 3,700 miles. Hey, fuel efficiency, outstanding. Keeping the bike cool, outstanding. The bike never once got hot. And I rode through some 100-degree temps, you know, 95, 100 miles an hour, you know, extended period of time. Bike, my leg never got hot. Bike never got hot. Hey, pull up at a gas station, get off the bike, and you hear that fan going. And that fan does a great job of keeping the bike cool. So, hey, liquid cool. Hey, man, great job. Great job. Overall, hey, 121 VVT, exceptional, right? Exceptional. I'm not going to even sit here and lie. I mean, I'm very, very impressed. Like I said, just some minor, you know, comfort preferences for me on, once again, you know, regarding the seat and a backrest. Hey, those are things that I can live with for now. You know, I can take another, probably a 12-hour trip. Thinking about going to Georgia in a couple of weeks. Going to North Carolina, 14 hours. I mean, I can probably do that. Hey, but we're talking these 20-hour trips. Hey, I won't do that again without a backrest. I won't do it without a backrest. And actually, you know, leaning back on my luggage was more uncomfortable, I think, than just not having the luggage there. And there was another guy at my hotel who said the same thing, that, you know, he wanted a backrest. I think his wife had followed him there in the truck from Austin, Texas. And he said, man, you know, he was uncomfortable leaning back on the luggage. And he said to tell his wife, hey, put that in the truck. And I'll ride without a backrest, right? And so, man, I'm telling you, I was kind of uncomfortable for an extended period of time. I see a lot of people trailer their bikes to Sturgis. Hey, more power to you. I'm not knocking you for doing whatever you want to do. But I was like, man, you know, I got that nice 2,500 Denali. I was like, man, maybe I should have pulled it. No, I'd never do that. For me, I like the riding. For me, the motorcycle whole deal for me is the riding. Hey, let me turn it on for you. Let me turn it on, and you can kind of hear what it sounds like. Hey, turn it on. Hey, you don't have to hold the button down. Hey, just click on it. Hey, it starts right up. I'm cool with the Khrome Werks. I wanted the black chrome, so I'm cool with that. I did see D&D at I saw a D&D at Sturgis, but I mean they wanted you to put their D&D on there, 2-into-1, and hey, we don't have a tuner for it now. Hey, but you'll be okay riding home. I'm like, huh? How am I gonna ride 20 hours? My bike not tuned. I'm going into 2-into-1, so I was like, nah. You know, maybe I'll wait later. But I really didn't want the matte black anyway. I wanted the black chrome, so I'm okay with Khrome Werks. I've had Khrome Werks. Had very good luck with them. Never had to use their warranty, but I hear their warranty. They stand behind everything they do. So I went with Khrome Werks. But and there it is, man. 2023 CVO road glide. I got a bunch of videos for my rides in Custer State Park, rides to Needles Highway. Needles Highway was except. Oh man, that was like the best, man. Needles Highway was the best. So I'll be posting those videos over the next couple of days. It's kind of just relaxing, man. After being gone for 6 days, right? You know, I wanted to kind of relax a little bit, but I'll get those videos posted from Needles, Custer State Park, Mount Rushmore. Man, South Dakota is beautiful, man. Hey, outstanding riding in South Dakota, man. Sturgis, outstanding, man. To the locals who work there, hey, man, I mean, they treated you, it's like you're at Chick-fil-A at every place you go to, because everybody just treats you so good at Sturgis, man. I guess they got this 2-week period where they need to maximize on their income potential. And so customer service is not an issue, man. So, hey, shout out to everybody I ran across at Sturgis, people that worked at the hotels, all the eating establishments. Hey, customer service was exceptional. I definitely, if you haven't gone to Sturgis, hey, man, hey, check that off your bucket list, man. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Hey, but I'll say this about Sturgis. It's more than just a rally. Yeah, 1,344 miles, I believe, one way. But once you get to Sturgis, you're gonna do 400 or 500 more miles. Doing all the rides. I mean, it's a rider's rally. Hey, going over to Devil's Tower is 100 miles, right? One way. Then you go, you got to do, you do Custer State Park, and that's 30 miles, depending on where you're staying. Hey, Needles, I mean, 30 miles to get there. And it's another, I don't know how many miles it is, but it's like 30 or 40 miles of highway. So when you get there, you're not going to get off your bike. You're going to put another 400 or 500 miles on your bike, man. And so, the Sturgis, man, it was a success. 2023, I'll definitely be back. So I hope you enjoy this. Hey, let me see some comments. And I'm going to be posting a lot of things, a lot of videos of different rides. I do a lot of riding. We're going to be going to Tell the Dragon in a couple of weeks. Hey, be sure you like and subscribe. Hey, I'm just giving you straight up information. Hey, and so, hey, this is my opinion. This is just my opinion on the performance of the bike. So I'll give you real talk videos. I'm not promoting any products. I don't need to do that, right? I own several companies, and so I don't need free boots and all that kind of stuff, right? So hey, shout out for the people who do that. Hey, cool. I enjoy your videos, but I'm gonna give you real information. I'm gonna give you real information based on my experience of riding this bike. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, if you have any questions, hey, hey, shoot me some comments. I'll just give you my information, my opinion on the bike. And so everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm always be respectful, and I definitely value your opinions. But I'm not, going to be arguing with anybody about this, arguing about that, or whatever, like some of those things do. But hopefully this is very beneficial for those who may be on the fence. Hey, you're on the fence about buying this bike? Hey, get this bike, man. Definitely get this bike. To ride, this is my favorite bike. And I've had like 7 other bikes, Road Glides, Road Kings, and this is my favorite bike. That torque and power, you'll definitely be happy with, right? The braking, once again, I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. And I don't see myself, the only upgrade I'm going to be doing is the seat. And when I'm a big fan of Clockworks, when Clockworks gives us another seat, not another seat, but another windshield, I wanted a dark tinted windshield, smoke or whatever, kind of a little sport flare type deal. I'll probably be doing that. That and either Salomon, Mustang, Corbin seat with a backrest that I can get on here and ride 2,000 miles without being uncomfortable, right? So, hey, but shout out to Harley for doing this. Hey, just get your marketing and sales, get that stuff kind of connected. Don't leave the customers in the dark regarding their purchase. This is a big purchase, right? And so customers need to know where they stand on their purchase, okay? So hopefully you enjoy this video. Once again, like and subscribe. I'll be posting a whole bunch more videos over the next couple of days. Thanks a lot.